guys, thanks for tuning in on today's episode of Custom Car Reviews. I'm your host Gabe, and today we're going to be looking at this 2018 BMW F80 M3. To begin the review, I actually want to give some brief history on the M3 name, as it is a car that has been known and has been entrenched in the car community for the last 30 years or so. So the first M3 was the E30 M3, and that was actually packed with a 4-cylinder, and that debuted back in 1986, and the original purpose for the M3 was actually to compete in these professional racing series, but because of regulations at the time, they had to actually mass produce a car in order to compete it into the series. So that little drawback ended up being the best thing that could have happened to BMW and the M3 line. Now, 4 generations, a 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6 engine, we have this, the F80 M3. So this M3 that I'm sitting in today has the competition package, which is a $4,700 option that really puts this car beyond the regular M3 by, first of all, improving the steering ratio of the car, so it makes the turning and the whole steering capabilities a lot more precise and a lot more responsive. It also improves the suspension components such as the dampers, the springs, the struts, and it puts a really big emphasis on the improvement of the differential for really entering and exiting corners in a very efficient and controllable manner. But aside from all of the suspension goodies that we get with the comp package, this actually comes with 19 more horsepower than the regular M3, putting this at 444 crank horsepower. And with the competition package, you actually have 20-inch replacement wheels from the 18 inches from the regular M3. And contrary to popular belief, I actually really like the design of these competition wheels. I think it fits the car perfectly. It makes the car look so much more aggressive, but it must be a pain in the butt to clean, I'll tell you that. And of course, the competition package also comes with a sports exhaust system that really gives it a more pronounced tone and really gives it a very aggressive sound to it. Let's go ahead and get an exhaust clip. Nice little growl at the start. Let's get some revs up in here. So those pops can partially be attributed to the tune that is on this car, and it is a Boot Mod 3 Stage 1 tune. We're probably making around 550 horsepower after that tune, but before we start actually driving, I want to point out that this car is literally dripping in carbon fiber. You have the front lip that's in carbon fiber, the side view mirrors that are carbon fiber, you even have the spoiler in carbon fiber as well, you have the roof in carbon fiber as well, and even the exhaust tips are in carbon fiber. That's actually something that I've never seen in any M3 whatsoever. You also find it in the interior as well. You have it on the center console here, you have it on the dashboard. It's actually really nice carbon fiber too. It's not that like cheapy plasticky look. And this car also has the extended leather package, so literally around all the carbon fiber you will find this really nice red and black dual tone color scheme going on here. I think it just looks amazing, and it really complements and offsets the black exterior, and I honestly would not have it any other way. I think it's such a gorgeous spec, period. And another thing that's actually really cool about the competition package is that it comes with these really nice M Sport seats, and it's actually very comfortable. I mean, the holsters here are very tight, and they're not too tight. They just look really sporty. And in the red, I mean, again, it's just... So detaching from the driver's perspective, where I'm actually going to take you guys to the back of the car, where you guys can see again that the seats are all in leather, red interior, and they actually come heated as well. So it's like an S-Class. No, I'm just kidding. The space in this car is actually very sufficient. I'm about 6'2", 6'3", depending on the doctor's office. And, you know, the space here is not S-Class or 5 Series, but it's definitely very comfortable for a sports sedan. I think it's also really funny that these M seats have like these little holes here. It's got to serve for something. I don't really know what it is. You know, if you really have an obnoxious like passenger in the rear, they can actually just like go ahead and go. It's funny for us in the back, but then for the people in the front, it's like, And let's not forget the exterior part of the car that looks so much more aggressive than the regular 3 Series, having that very aggressive front with the aero kits and the massive grille. The side profile of the car is very aggressive and very sporty. And let's not forget these massive fender flares that you don't really see on the other M cars like the M4 or the M5. So now that we've actually covered a little bit about the history behind the M3 name, list some specs about this car and the M3s with the comp package in general, and made some comments about some interior and exterior characteristics of this car, I think it's time that we start getting this car on the road. So I just want to make a little disclaimer. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to be driving it in the Sport Plus setting. That is the most extreme setting from the 3 that you get with the competition package. And what's really interesting is that a lot of these newer BMWs, they do have a lot of customizable options and tailoring processes for your driving habits and needs. So for example, you can actually put M1 as kind of like the comfort settings, you know, soft suspension, soft steering, but for this purpose we're actually going to put everything on extreme. So let's get a corner right here. That was really nice. I took that thing with such confidence. You could tell how that suspension is really designed to really take you into corners and take you out as quickly and as easy as possible. All right, let's take another corner here. Really keep you in place, and it's crazy because you don't even feel like this car is 3,600 pounds. There's barely any body roll whatsoever. It's just so planted to the ground. And so one thing I find really cool about this car is that you have like those burbles and backfires. That's also part of the Boot Mod 3 tune that we have in this car. Okay, I think the owner has set it to like a 2 or 3 second pattern of burbles, and of course you can always customize that, and really it's easy to do. All right, let's get a little sound clip with the windows down. This thing pulls. Oh shoot. And you know, driving it on comfort mode, it's not all that bad. You know, this is the mode that you're actually going to be able to take a moment to just relax and take a look at the interior, and then you get to look at the outside and see all of the beautiful things. Like you can see in the rear view mirrors, the little spoiler in the back, as you can see that really nice big fender flare on the exterior part of the car. You get to see the hood scoop that really makes the car look very aggressive while it's driving, and overall you just get to enjoy the ride. So I don't know if you guys could hear that, but you could actually hear the air intake that the owner installed as well. So it's also really cool to get some feedback from the front and of course from the back. But really, when you're driving very normally, and you really can in this car, because essentially, you know, it is a luxury slash sports car, it's very comfortable and very quiet when you want it to. But again, we're not here to be quiet. Oh my god, it just hugs it so well. Oh. So this 550 horsepower is delivered by a DCT transmission, and let me tell you something, this is really quick. And you know, the paddle shifters are not that cheapy, you know, cheapy plasticky type of paddle shifters. No, they're actually really nice, and they're very responsive as well. Yeah, you see, lightning quick. That's freaking hilarious. Oh my god. So now we're at a standstill, and this is where we're going to transition into the next part of the review, the 0 to 60. Now, this is advertised as 4 seconds flat. However, that's with the 444 HP from the factory. This has a tune on it, new set of tires. I think they're called the Pilo. It's a new generation of the ones that come factory with this car. So we're hoping that it's around 3.8, just under 4 seconds. So let's get it started. You got to take off the traction control completely, hit the cruise control button, and then floor it. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh. I don't think I did that right. Definitely felt like it was about 4 seconds. Just to be respectful towards the owner, we're not going to try it again. Obviously, it's not as easy with another car. You know, you kind of have to hit a couple buttons to kind of get it started. That's kind of one of the things that I don't like about the launch control system on the M3, but whatever, it's still pretty quick. I think more people are doing roll races, and I think you're gonna come across that on a day-to-day basis. So let's talk brakes right now. The M3 actually has a new technology from the old gen when it comes to its braking system. It has 4 pistons up front and 2 pistons in the back. The old one actually only had a single piston brake system, so this one's a little bit more precise and a lot more accurate, and it's gonna allow for a lot more usage. So if you're gonna track it, these are gonna do a lot better than the old gen. So let's actually do a little brake test right now. Stop. So from 60 to 0, I don't really know how much seconds or feet that was, but it was very, very quick and very, very accurate ever. And that's what you need in a car like this. You know, this car is pushing, again, 550 horsepower. You need something to stop this car when it's going that fast. All right, guys, so this is the conclusion for the review today. I hope you guys found this video informative and entertaining. I actually was so surprised at how fast this car is and how enjoyable and easy it is to drive. What do you guys think of the M3? What do you think of the things that I talked about today? Is this the type of spec that you would like to have if you had an M3? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section. Also, don't forget to like the video, guys. It helps a lot with the algorithm, and it really just helps the car get it to where it needs to be, at the top of every single search list, just to see how cool this car is. And of course, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps out emotionally and of course for the channel. But guys, thank you again so much for watching the review, and I will catch you next time.